Dear one, there can be times when you can't see the way ahead. It's just like being in a desert place, and it's long and it's arduous, torturous, and then suddenly it breaks. And I mean, it's just an incredible transformation, a contrast. Suddenly the problems all disappeared. It's just vanished. You've come through. It's a little boy I give a lift to. He's 12, and he says, well, I don't know, but I said to him, yeah, it seems difficult when you're a child because don't know, don't understand, and you don't necessarily trust, but you're free to find what you value and what you don't value. And when your heart's in the right place. And he meant, well, what do you mean heart's in the right place? Because I'd said to him, his heart's in the right place, but his head isn't. I said, because you're a child. I mean, like I'm 78, you would think I had wisdom, but it's absolutely childish, infantile compared to God in his infinite wisdom and ability. I'm just a child, and I misunderstand and so on, but it's given me a freedom to find out what I value in life. And I value what, fairly obvious, what's goodness and what's good for me and what brings health and happiness and joy, and that seems to include those around us, so I include those too. In other words, our heart starts to be in the right place. It's a case of love. We don't want just, if you like, an Old Testament characterized God of power, but fearful, and we're terrified of him and its judgment and all the rest of it. We need, as the Jesus story says, a God that loves us. Simplistically, he's our dad. But that's what Jesus' mission was, to tell us he's dad. And that this was a stark contrast to how many people see God, and why, incidentally, they reject God, because they don't value that. They could only value what they truly value. And that is a God that at least loves them.
Morning.
So I find after giving him lifts for over a year now, suddenly, compared to last time I gave him a lift, yesterday, didn't talk to me hardly at all, but did actually say thank you at some point as he left. And today, torrent of words, torrent of understanding, relating. He's so on track. Lovely. So I phoned his mum to tell her, because, well, I was on such a high because of it, and still am, as you can see. But this is so with our lives, isn't it? We battle on. I'm battling on with a marital thing still. My ex keeping me from my daughter, contrary to the parenting order. I don't want to take her to court. That's horrible, but I wanted to just, even if it's out of self-interest, come round to a situation where I'm still part of my daughter's life. She's only 13. I don't want her to be without a dad. So there we are, you see. Okay, the light hasn't broken for me yet. It does at times, the past year's been good in that I've been driving her to and from school. So I've seen her twice a day for much of the year. And I've lost that at the minute, so I'm concerned as to, what do I do now? And my best friends advised me, well, you can take her to court, can't you? And yes, I know that, but that's the world system, and the world's very unreliable in what its solutions are. And I'd rather she just, if possible, came round to something better than I have now. And so I'm waiting, I'm seeing what God has, aren't I? And trying to be patient, of course, trying to be trusting in God rather than concerned about the situation. Do you see the difference? And sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not so successful. But it's all part of this incredible learning situation, isn't it? Changing the heart. to, in some sense, something that's more able to enjoy the fullness of heaven for eternity. He loves us, you see. He extends grace to us as a father to his child. I don't mean to be gender specific here, but how else do you put it? Mother to her child. Especially for me, who was so close to Mum. I could certainly see God as Divine Mother. Mind you, with my track record with women, especially my mum as well, and wives, I might get a bit confused if I see God as but then I see him as Divine Dad, Heavenly Dad, and the fact that my dad didn't appear to me as an angel of light for most of my childhood doesn't mean I can't see God as a perfect Heavenly Dad and love him. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Dear one, I was interrupted to help someone and then help someone else and had 2-3 lovely talks. Just like that, I'm flying this morning. I'm so flying. Because of this talk with this little boy, well, I mean, that's where I see part of the track. And, one of those lovely times when life seems wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. What you gonna do?
Have a lovely day.
You love. Bless you. Bless you. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. She said, have a lovely day. Carrying her little boy, probably 2.5, 3 years old. I'm sitting outside of an organic farm shop, and the farm is to the left of it, and sort of kindy area is to the left of that. It's all part of the same complex. Of course, everyone's at their best, mums being the most loving and almost pantomime the ideal parents, They're playing the role. But it's what they want to value, you see. Again, it's a case of where your heart is. You know what you value. So you come to know your God. And you just trust him that he'll lead you through. Because you trust he's full of grace and loving kindness. And that changes everything in your life. Everything, everything. How you see, what you see as problems, what you see as success, what you see as value, what you see as him, or her, or your dearest friend, whatever you like to say. My soul longs for you, and has you, and still longs for you. Jesus tells us in John 17, doesn't he, that he dwells in us, God dwells in us. Live in the reality of that, dear one. Choose to trust that, because that's what you value. Not because that's what you've proved, but because that's what you value. And see how your life is transformed, how you are rescued, and you become part of his rescue to those around you. You literally spread his loving kindness. I am he, I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. Or as Jesus puts it, I and my heavenly Father are one. You are Jesus, dear one, the hero of the story, Jesus. And our devotion is to a heavenly Dad. It makes life not just a breeze, not just simpler, but absolutely wonderful, even while being here in this world of such contrasts. Thank you, Heavenly